So my friend was doing this. He's recording stories about himself, I suppose. And I thought maybe I'd give it a try. I've got some interesting ones. And just because one of the first ones I watched of his was a first date, I'm just going to tell you about my first date. It wasn't really a date, but it was when I asked him out because he was too lame to ask me out. We're going to go with that. Okay. So, I adored this guy. I've adored him for how many years? They just keep counting. I met him when I was like 12 at a skating rink in town, and I absolutely adored him. I was obsessed with him. Creepy. I know. But he said he liked me too, and he's liked me for that many years, so it's okay, right? Well, we were supposed to be going to the homecoming game. The first dance is called homecoming, and then the football game is the homecoming football game. Whatever. I'm not sure why, but anyways, high school football. I watched pro, but not so much high school. So we ditched, and we had friends that were like, "Oh, I want to go," and I was like, "Seriously, I just want some time with this boy. Just go. Just back off, man." And he, being the nice kid that he is, was like, "Yeah, come on, you can come with us." And I was like, "What?" Anyways, I need to give him a name so it's easier. Bartholomew. Bartholomew said they could come along, and he had a maroon Ford Explorer. And the thing was loud, and I loved it. And, so we get in his truck, and all of a sudden someone's like, one friend says to the other, "Can I stay at your house tonight? I'm not really up for going home." And I was like, "What are you guys talking about? What?" And the other one's like, "Yeah, guy, come on, you can come at my house, we'll party." And I was like, "Don't you guys need clothes?" And one says to the other, "We do." And the other one says, "Let's go to my house and get my clothes first." So we go to his house. We go to, let's give this one Asian. We go to Asian's house. And we drop him off, and the other one's Skinny. We're gonna call him Skinny because he's really tiny. He's like, maybe it'd be faster if I just went to my house, got my clothes, and then we came back. So we left Asian there, and we go to his house, and we sit in his driveway for what seemed like hours, and it was super awkward because I didn't want to say anything to Bartholomew and make him awkward, you know, as awkward as I was myself. I didn't want him to be. And so we wait there and wait there and wait there in silence, and then finally I was like, okay, I'm gonna play some music because music is my thing. And I'm playing the music, and I'm like, woo, 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 choo, choo. And Skinny Skinny shows up again, and he's like, "Okay, guys, I'm ready to go. What are you doing? Were you kissing?" And I was like, my face got red. We weren't, of course, but it got red because I'm a teenage girl, and that's what happens when you get embarrassed, or yeah, you girls know. So Bartholomew starts up his truck, and we go back to Asians, and we're chilling there, and Skinny's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go check on him. He's been in there for a while." And I was like, yes! Okay, so Skinny goes inside, and he goes inside and checks on him, whatever, okay? I'm sitting there with Bartholomew, and it's all quiet, and I said, super quietly, "Can I ask you a question?" And he's like, "Yeah, go ahead." And I was like, and I'm not sure why on this part, but I go like this, and I put it up to my face, and I whisper, "Will you go out with me?" And he casually, Bartholomew is just like, "Yeah." And I'm in shock now that he just said yes, because this is my first guy that I've liked so much, And I had the guts to ask him. Go away. And when I ask him and he says yes, I'm like, hold up. What? And he's like, he's just chilling there like, you know, like nothing's going on. And I'm like, really? You know, like, what? Are you serious right now? And he's like, yeah, I like you. I was like, you know, like, you know how girls are, I guess, no, because this is something, I don't know, but when girls are, like, super happy about something, they just, right then, I was sitting there and I was like, I had to turn my head because I didn't want him to see my awkward smile. And he's like, he's there, and he turns and he's like, are you okay? And I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'm just fine. And then Skinny and Asian come back, and they get in, and they look at each other, and they stop, and then they look at us and they say, you guys were banging, weren't you? And I was like, no. And I was like, remind me again why you're getting back in the vehicle, because you're staying at each other's houses. And Skinny goes, oh, well, we decided to stay at my house. And I was like, then what? Whatever. Guy logic, okay? And so we go back to Skinny's house. And Asian gets out first. And Skinny turns to Bartholomew. And he goes, are you guys dating now? And he smiles and goes, yeah. And Skinny goes, I knew it! And I was like, what? Like, if I told one of my girlfriends right then that I was dating a guy I liked, she'd been like, oh, I'm so happy for you. Oh, I'm so glad you guys are. No, guys are like, I was like, what? What? And then the next night was the dance. So I'm going to say that's my first date because that was me asking him out. But then at the dance, we didn't leave each other's side. We held hands the whole time. We were smiling the whole time, dancing with each other. Like, and he was like, I guess if you like my horrible, pitiful, whatever story this is, I'm going to categorize it as horror because he's my ex now. And if you like my story, like it. And subs are always good too, you know, subscribe it. What? I don't know how often I'll load. I guess it depends on how many responses this video gets, which I mean I won't get very many because my other one doesn't? I don't know. My other channel doesn't? I don't know. It just won't because I'm a blonde girl and I'm from Nebraska, and Nebraska's a little island in the country. It's just, whoa, like Nebraska is this little dot right here, and then there's these big 40-mile walls around it, and people are like, where are you from? And I'm like, oh, I'm from Nebraska. And they're like, hold up, where? What's that? Is that a town? Because Nebraska is tiny. But really, don't forget to like and subscribe and love me and be happy and don't have awkward situations like that. Thank you.